Cheers. We're sat in the garden, me and Cece. It's about 3:20, so it's actually quite warm. It's not too warm to have our house. However, our garden's a bit of a sun trap. It's a communal one, but she's not been out. She hasn't been out in the garden for a week because of me arm, me boob. So I thought, you know what, I'll just try it on a long line and bring her down, give her a bit of fresh air. But it's absolutely stunning. I'm going to show you a picture. I'll show you Cease and then I'll show you our lovely garden. Bear with me. There's Cece. She's on the nose. Seeing what's going on. She's looking for Dave, but Dave's out for the day, so this is the garden. I mean, when I said it was massive, I wasn't lying, was I, guys? But yeah. It's useful, isn't it? The grass is really, really healthy. It's just been cut there, so you've got a bit like where they dropped the grass cuttings, and it's not. They don't pick the grass cuttings up. Obviously, we get someone to come in and do it. The council do it. We pay a service charge. And then these are Dave's plants. So he's planted and coming on really well. So that's his little garden. Nice, isn't it? So yeah, so that's our block of flats there. Six in the block. But I wanted to show you this. Just bear with me. Can't see in the bloody sun. So they're Thomas's pants. Now you can't scale them really. There's his little vest. There's another vest. Little cotchies. And then his little t-shirt. But if I put my hand by it, you can actually see just how small it is, and his little pants, look. So can you see that? I need to put my glasses on, but just gonna, so yeah, just let me get Cece out of the way. Come on, sweetie. If you watched yesterday's vlog, you know that I had Abigail and Thomas here, didn't I? Like my glasses, pre-money, these about $3.99. Massive, aren't they? But I had them yesterday stay over with me, didn't I? And they've gone home today. They went home before she took me back to the ciggy shop because he'd given me the wrong ciggy oils and hair as well. And then we drove to Abercan because Tom, my partner, needs a button for his suit, and I waited in the car, and then she dropped me off at the doctor's, picked my prescription up about 1 o'clock, and then I walked home. Doctor's is about a minute away of that from where I live. But I was reflecting, and you know, often when they go, like, I don't feel sad, but I'm like, you know, because I always want to see them, don't I? So take my glasses off, and you know, I'd have to meet all the time, wouldn't I, if I could, but I can't, and that's not life, is it? So, but what makes me happy is that obviously when she goes, and I put a wash on, and he has some of his clothes here, and I'm like pegging them out on the line, and them little shorts and that little t-shirt and them little vests, and it just makes me smile so much, do you know what I mean? And it fills my heart with so much joy. You know, being a grandma is just absolutely amazing. It's just, you know, I can't explain it. I remember my friend Laurie saying to me, it'll change your life, Janine, and God, she was right. But anyway, yesterday we were in Smith's because she said she wanted a bath seat, just checking to see she's having a little drinky, a bath seat for Thomas to sit up in. So she picks this bath seat up, and then she was looking at a little, like, a musical thing for the side of his cot, and she said, what do you think about them, Mum? And I said, I think that bath seat, no. I said, the other one, great, absolutely great. She said, well, why? And I said, why would you want him to sit up? And she said, well, so he can play with his toys in the bath. And I said, but the time will come when he sits up and plays with his toys in the bath, and, you know, that'll happen. You don't need a bath seat. And she said, well, I just thought we always had to have one. And I said, no, you don't. Anyway, later on in the night, he was having a bath, and he was lying down in the bath, and he loves it. He loves being in the bath, and he's splashing, and he's having cobs of fun, and you know, it was really a nice, lovely moment. And I said, the time will come when he won't want to lie down in the bath like that, and you're going to miss that, you know what I mean? I said, and he'll want to sit up in the bath I said, so just enjoy it. Enjoy the moment for what it is, Abigail. Do you know, don't rush. There's no point rushing. And, you know, she was like, yeah, you're right, Mum. And in life, we tend to rush, don't we? I do it, rush here, there and everywhere. And it's nice to slow down. And when I'm doing that, pegging the washing out on the line, I take my time with it. And it's just like, I savour the moment. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, because I'm never going to get that moment back, am I? The next time he comes, because they're quite, you know, they're just fitting him snug, them shorts, they might not fit him again. You know what I'm saying? So we have to savour the moment, don't we? And not rush. But yeah, she got what I meant. I was like, just savour it. Don't rush anything, Abigail. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you. What have I had to eat today? I've had me normal, I've had me dates and me walnuts, creature of habit, and then I've had a shake. And I don't know what I'm going to have for tea, but I'm going to come on and do a bit of tea. But I'm just going to show you Cease, hold on. So she's on a long line because if anyone comes out, she's a jumpy upper, she jumps up. And other people live here as well, and you have to be mindful of that. So if anyone comes out, I can just put my foot on a long line and stop her in the tracks. And especially since, you know, I've got sore boobs, don't you, with meat implants being taken out. Since that, it just gives me that control of my feet as opposed to my arms. But yeah, isn't she gorgeous, eh? Isn't she gorgeous? So she'll enjoy this now for a little while. You know, it's a good time of the day. I won't be playing ball with her because it's far too hot. But she'll be out and she can do a bit of sniffing. We have foxes in our garden, so she can do a bit of sniffing and pick up a bit of scent. It's a bit of stimulation for her, you know. And soon enough, we'll be back out there on our travels, doing our walks. Yeah, we will. Oh. See, she's happy. And then the long line just goes with her. There you go, guys. Oh, we've got this, I'll show you this lovely tree we've got as well. It is a beautiful garden. So here she is, there she goes. This shady bit is really nice. Sometimes we sit in the shade, but it's a bit windy today. But if I thought it was getting too much for her, I'd bring her in the shade, but she's alright. Can you see all these bird boxes? Can you see that? Dave, he's built all them. See, you can see. That one and that one. There's another two up there. But look at this tree. How beautiful is that tree? And it's alive with bloody bees. So yeah, we're really, really blessed to have this space. And see there, the sun comes up there every morning. It's nice to go out and just stand in it, put your feet on the grass. But yeah, got a lot of pigeons. They're a pain in the bum, but I suppose the God's creatures, aren't they? So, but yeah, that's the garden. There's Cece. Meandering. I'm happy. I'm a happy bunny. It's the little things in life that make us happy. Slow down and smell it. Smell what's around you. Do you know, and I've got that hindsight because I've lived the life, Abigail, that living now, having children and that, haven't I? And in a sense, I probably rush things, but that's why I always say to her, just savour it, Abigail, savour every moment. Just let him be a baby while he's a baby. I think what it boils down to as well is the fact that we have all these textbooks, don't we? We have the red book, you know, on the percentile, is it? You know, they should be this, they should be doing that, they should be doing the other. And it puts pressure on new mums, doesn't it? I can remember feeling that pressure, you know, when I was younger. And I don't want her to have that. I want her to just enjoy being a mum and savour every moment. You know, it's like he's still not 100% with his sitting up, he falls over. But I say to her, don't be looking at Google or the textbooks. Take no notice of them, he'll do it in his own time. Do you know what I mean? All kids are different. But there's a lot more pressure nowadays, isn't there? I think the internet was just coming about when I had Abigail in 1996. You know what I mean? It wasn't there in the forefront, but it's overkill now, isn't it? But yeah, it is. There's so much pressure nowadays on young people, young mums, young everyone, isn't there? So yeah, but I want us to slow down and enjoy them. And I think she does listen to me, I know she does. But yeah, it was nice. But now they've gone. But I'm just remembering what we did last night and, you know, our nice times and that, and smiling about that. It's important, isn't it? Hello. I've been asleep. I'm very, very tired today. Yeah, I am. So I've cooked my tea. So I'll show you what I'm having. You see it? So it is hot and spicy Aldi Roosters chicken burger. Let me put this to the side so you can see it. Hold on. Oh, phooey. Hold on. I'll have to turn it round while I show you. Bear with me. So it's a Roosters hot and spicy chicken burger. I think they're 270 calories each, but I'm not sure. This is a bit of a cop-out tonight, guys, but I'm absolutely knackered. I fell asleep, woke up, and then had CCA tea, and then just lobbed this in the oven. So it's a ciabatta, Asda, batch roll, bap roll, some coleslaw, which is Aldi's, the creamy one, and some mozzarella and cheddar cheese, and that's it. So I'm going to have that for my tea. I wanted to post because I did a video before in the garden, which I'm going to, obviously it's part of this video, but yeah, I feel better now. I've had a sleep, like, but just goosed. So, gonna have this tea, get my Jimmy Jams on, time for a bath. Just want a bath so much. I love me baths, but it's, I think it said 4 to 6 weeks, but any views on whether I could get one? I just know a bath will just, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, do you get me? Those that know if you like a bath. I do like a bath. So yeah, I'm gonna get my Jimmy Jams on and then stay on the couch, have a little couple of the chocolates that I made last night, and maybe a bag of crisps for me supper, and that'll be it really. So been a quiet day today. I did go to the doctors to try and get me prescriptions. That was a debacle. It was bloody chaos in there. I don't know what they were doing. And the guy came to bring me my prescriptions, and I'd said to the woman what I need, and she went, "Don't need that, just need your name." I thought, okay, so give me name, and then I heard them say, it was chaos in there. Normally, you come in one by one, they take your name, and then you go and sit down, and then you just wait, you know, and if they're in the back, you know they're busy. Well, you can see them all, don't get me wrong, but you know they're busy, so you just wait. You know, there's a new woman there, and she went, right, we'll take names, and she was taking people's names, and she said, you know, I don't need what you want, I need your name. And she was quite abrupt. She wasn't unfriendly, but she was abrupt, quite loud. And and then I could hear her saying, well, we need Jeanette. And I said, my name's Janine. I thought, you'll never find me if you're looking for Jeanette, because my name's not Jeanette. So anyway, the guy comes over, the pharmacist, with me package. And I heard them talking about an inhaler, and I hadn't asked for my inhaler, because they'd already told me yesterday it wasn't in. I wanted me tablets for me menopause, do you know what I mean? For me night sweats. So he came over and I said, what's in the packets? And he said, your inhaler and your codeine, the rest of me codeine painkillers. And I said, I'm after me venlafaxine, weren't they called? And he went back, and I thought to myself, see, you did need a list of what I wanted, and it was just organised chaos. I'm going to be that long honest. She had this system that clearly wasn't working. So, but the other girl who's normally there, who's dead quiet and just flowing, they're just dead serene. They're not fast in what they're doing, but that's fine. You don't mind waiting. Do you know what I mean? If there's order, I mean, you know, it's like, it's a busy pharmacy, but it's attached next to the doctor's. So anyway, it wasn't ready. The calm girl said to the other pharmacist, I've had to order it today for her, so it won't come till tomorrow. But it was just chaos, you know, like, you're like, but yeah, so I don't know what's going on. I thought maybe they've got a new system or something, but I'm not going to lie, I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it was flowing, taking people's names, and then, yeah, it was just, yeah, it wasn't, yeah, I don't know, I didn't like the flow. That's all I'm going to say on it. So, consequently, me prescription's not ready, so I'll have to wait till tomorrow for it, but I'm quite looking forward to getting it to see if they work. You know what I mean? I'm hopeful. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you've all had a good day. and that, you know, you're all right. But I'm going to get this little burger now before it goes cold, and I will speak to you soon. So as I always say, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, love yourself, and look after yourself. Bye-bye. Thomas.